Chapter 6. Friday. School is like school, except it's harder. It's only been 4 days and my mind is already stuffed. Miss Garcia doesn't yell. She's stern but soft and nice, too. She doesn't just point to the whiteboard and say, "See, see?" She explains hard things like reducing fractions and turning them into decimals. Decimals and fractions are even when they're not. Or decimals are fractions even when they're not. I sometimes don't see. Math is tough, and I feel dumb and get upset. She walks between desks, watching us work. When she stops and whispers to me how to fix a problem, I get more upset. Tears fill my eyes, and I really can't see. I think how her whispers are telling all the other kids that I'm stupid. She moves on, walking to the end of our row. Ben stares, owl-eyed, behind his round wire glasses. "Who are you looking at?" I whisper, fierce. He smiles and offers me a big pink eraser. I want to throw it at his head. "After school, I'll show you it's..." Please don't say easy, I think. I'll smack him if he says easy. Hard. Until you remember decimals are just fractions of 100. I take the eraser. Miss Garcia says, "Think critically." Think what? What's memorable about New York? Everybody starts raising hands, shouting, "Rockettes? Empire State Building? Rockefeller Center? Horses in Central Park?" I've seen horses and carriages in Central Park, but I don't know Rockettes. What is that? I've never seen the Empire State Building up close or visited Rockefeller Center. Oh, pick me." "Yes, Charles," answers Miss Garcia. Charles has black, slick hair and long lashes like a girl. He grins, looks back at Ben. "The naked cowboy. Underpants, boots, and a cowboy hat." Everybody laughs, except Ben and me. "Don't make fun of Ben," I shout. I'm standing, fists balled. Ben sits. He doesn't even know when he's been disrespected. Just because Ben wears cowboy boots doesn't mean you can make fun of him. There, I've made everyone shut up. They all look at me, scared, respectful. Sabine, though, just looks sad. Miss Garcia clicks her heels down the aisle. She puts a hand on my shoulder. I don't know why, but I notice her nails are pink, like pink nails are important or something. "Deja, it's true. There really is a naked cowboy in Times Square. Tourists take pictures of him." "That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard." "It's true," repeats Ben. "When we moved here, my mother took me to Times Square." It's really dumb. All I know is Brooklyn, mainly the not so nice parts. I've never crossed the river except once, the long ago day in Central Park. There's also Big Bird, Minnie Mouse, and SpongeBob. "Really?" Sabine nods. Miss Garcia nods. Everybody nods, even Ben, who's just moved to New York, while I've lived here my whole life. I look at Miss Garcia's mournful eyes. I can tell she doesn't want me to say I'm sorry, but I would if she asked me to. She squeezes my shoulder. "Class, I want to show you something." Miss Garcia walks back to her desk. I sit. No one looks at me anymore. Ben passes me a note. "Thanks," it says. I stuff his note in my pocket. "Now, class, study this." It's a black and white poster-sized picture of New York. Anybody can see that. It's not Brooklyn, it's Manhattan. You can see the East River, and right across the river are hundreds of tall buildings, some shooting straight, piercing the clouds, others not as tall, close to the gaps between skyscrapers. Nothing but a hodgepodge of brick, glass, and concrete. What do you see? Buildings. Lots of buildings. Can't see over them, can't see under them, can't see through them, said Ben. Sabine giggles. Everybody else laughs. "Going on a bear hunt," says Ben, as if that's supposed to make sense. I squirm in my chair. I don't belong here. There's too much I don't understand. The kids are weird. The school is weird. "Now, class, come over to the window." Everybody clambers up, including Ben. Not me, I slouch. "What do you see?" Dumb question, I think. Maybe the school isn't so special after all. Miss Garcia isn't special. Everybody leans against the window. Sabine breathes on the glass and draws a heart. "Pay attention," said Miss Garcia. "What do you see?" "New York," said some kids murmur. Others say Manhattan. "A sunny day in Manhattan." Think, see, compare. Miss Garcia holds the poster picture high above her short head. Everybody keeps staring out the window, even Miss Garcia. She's breathing quick, like she's upset, but she can't get enough air. I get up, stare at the poster, then I see it. 2 tall and taller buildings. I stand, speechless, pointing at the wall of windows. It's Ben who hollers, "The 2 towers! The 2 towers are gone!" Now everybody sees. The skyline's changed. The 2 rectangular towers in the photo are gone, replaced by 1 glittering tower with a pointy top pricking the sky. Where'd they go, I ask? Whoa. Do you think many of the kids don't know about 9/11? We'll see. Some kids look strange at me. It's terrible, murmurs Sabine. Terrible, echoes Angel. She's the pretty girl, black hair, blue eyes, and pink lip gloss. And she's nice. Even I have to admit she's nice. She's pretty but doesn't act like it, snotty, better than everybody else. Some of you know, said Miss Garcia. Know what, I wonder? Michael bends, untying, then tying his Nikes again and again. Angel picks at her nails. Sorry, guys, I'm getting tired. Another kid crosses his arms over his chest. I do the same when I don't want anyone to touch me. Others are looking wide-eyed, maybe scared, at Miss Garcia. Nobody talks about it, not really, says Michael. Talks about what? Missing buildings? Now notice how the author has that in italics. What do you think it means when the words are in italics? It means that she's thinking these things. She's not saying them out loud. This Sunday is the 15th anniversary, Ben says. That's right, Ben. What anniversary, I ask? My cousin died, murmurs Angel. It was just a big accident, wasn't it? Mom says not to talk about it, sighs Elise, twirling her hair around her finger. Voices pop from the room. Like an action movie. Boom! Miss Garcia shoots Gregory a look. Inappropriate, she says. People died? I ask, puzzled. Everybody's chattering. Everybody knows something different. I don't know anything. Come to attention now. Everybody quiets. Miss Garcia has a stern face. We'll be studying what happened on September 11th, 2001, when the towers fell. Hands stuffed in his back pockets, trying to be cool, Trevor shouts, "Who cares? 9/11 was before I was born." Ben scowls. Miss Garcia wrings her hands. There's a great deal to think about, to learn. I think Trevor's right. Before I was born is ancient history. It's enough figuring out now. Who cares? Is right. Muslims did it, said Peter, who wears a Yankees cap. That's not true, insists Sabine. I mean, it is, but it isn't true. Miss Garcia clutches Sabine's hand. For now, we'll start slow. Study, observe. One day we'll cross the Brooklyn Bridge to visit the memorial. A field trip? Asked George. Yes, maybe. Miss Garcia turns away from the windows. This is a new, challenging lesson plan. One step at a time. She pastes on a smile. Today, we start with home, what we know. As homework, I want each of you to write and show where you live, your house or your apartment. You can draw a picture, build using sticks or clay. Mrs. Campbell, the art teacher, has supplies and she's happy to work with you during art class and after school. Why is home important? Miss Garcia asks hopefully. The nerd at the window. I shouldn't call him a nerd, but he's white with an afro and thick black glasses. Plus, he's got a black, silver buckled belt and white tennis shoes. He looks like a nerd to me. Smart, super smart. He says home is where we came from, who we are. Good, Ellis. Home shapes all of us, so let's share our homes where we live. Let's create, talk, and write about who we are. Murmurs of happiness. Nobody minds this assignment, I think, except me and Trevor. The bell rings. School's out. Deja, may I see you? Asks Miss Garcia. Ben asks, want me to wait? I think, who are you? Why should I care? I dip my head, my chin touching my chest. The hardest word for me to say is please. Being poor, you've sometimes got to ask for stuff. Food, toothpaste, even soap. I don't want to ask anybody for anything. Yes, please, I swallow. Don't think I like you. I know, said Ben. I don't like you either. Wow, that was really hard for Deja to say please, and yet she did. Miss Garcia is beautiful, not like a model beautiful, but her hair is shiny, her skin is bright, and from inside you can feel she wants to help, like she believes teaching is helping, not babysitting. Like who I am matters. I'm only used to Ma believing in me like that. Deja, you live in Avalon, right? My body's hot. I want to slap the desk, slap, maybe, even Miss Garcia's face. Yes, ma'am, I murmur. You can create the space where you lived before. You don't need to write about Avalon. The time before? I whisper. Yes, she says. No, thank you. I'll draw a picture of where I live now. It's my home. I almost choke saying the words home. Does everybody know where you live? She squeezes my shoulder. Only me, only teachers, the principal. I stare at the floor, speckled linoleum. Why can't there be an earthquake? Why can't I be swallowed up and die? I won't lie. My home is Avalon now. The clock tick-tocks, tick-tocks. Okay, said Miss Garcia. But Deja, you can't just refuse an assignment, not turn it in. Sometimes I can change the topic. You don't have to write about summer vacation or Avalon, but you need to practice writing, Deja. It's important. Yes, ma'am. Don't say yes, ma'am, if you're just being polite. I'd rather you say, I'm going to work. Be a good student. Yes, ma'am. Exasperated, Mr. Garcia sighs. I clasp my fingers behind my back, squeeze them hard. You'll let me know how I can help. My mother talks about folks who are well-meaning. Sometimes well-meaning isn't enough, Deja, Miss Ma says. Not writing about Avalon isn't going to help me. Sooner or later, kids will find out where where I live, and those that don't want to speak to me won't. No one's got to be my friend. I turn to go. It's raining. Figures. It's a light, misty rain, and across the river, I see the new sparkled tower. In class, every day, I'm going to be bothered by it. Why did Miss Garcia show us a picture of what used to be? Miss Garcia, I say, pointing, what's home got to do with the skyline? That's our journey this month, figuring it all out. Home is our starting point for connecting to the past. Miss Garcia's expression is complicated, all mixed up with sadness, excitement, and dread. Maybe teachers really are smart. If she were a kid, she'd say, my secret, not yours to find out. I walk quickly down the hall and leap the school steps. Ray and Lita will be worrying where I've been. Sabine waves, then climbs into a black SUV. Bye, Deja. I bet Sabine doesn't know gangs like SUVs. I bet it's her mother holding the umbrella for her. Ben is a walker. He'll find his own way home. He doesn't call my name, just holds up his hand. And I like that. Like he was checking to see if I was all right. I grin. Ben's goofy, getting wet in his hoodie and cowboy boots. I start running as if rain is never going to drip on me. Before, when I had a real home, I bet Ben wouldn't have been the kind of boy to race me. Would have been the kind of boy to race me all the way home.